my best friends. Some people say we have a problem, but every night I'm making new best friends, and the only problem is we like having a good time.
Hello. It's Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means it's another episode of Between Two Beards. Welcome in, everybody. Big week, big things happening, or as MVP used to say, big things popping, little things stomping. That's the type of wrestling week we have. Oh,
and
God.
This is how we do it.
Oh, God.
Here at Between Two Beards,
Don't
the
burn the house
originators
down.
of the pyrotechnics. The gimmick infringement is real. Our lawyer has informed us not to speak on it until he draws up more paperwork because they keep taking shots. You know who you are. Anyway.
Wow. All right. Well, you know, that was a hot start. No pun intended. The Beards are back. We never left, baby. We never left, baby. We're always here every Thursday, 8 p.m., except when I want to go on vacation. But we're always here every Thursday. Good to see you, Culp. Thank you for popping in here.
Juaguito's the dude.
He is. He is. We got a big week to talk about. You know,
the professional wrestling was
we do. But before,
amazing this weekend.
It was, and we're going to talk a lot about it. We got Lawrence pouring some salt. I want to get something out of the way first. I don't want to bring it too down. However, the Between Two Beards family lost a friend this past weekend. He had been in our chat, only one Birdo. I've known him a long time. I knew him since my high school days, so almost 20 years. He passed away this past weekend from a battle with cancer. Funny dude, always wanted to make everyone smile, and you could tell in the chat, he was always cracking jokes, and like, that's just who he naturally was. He was a good dude, father of 3. We'll post the link on social medias, but there is either a GoFundMe or some sort of raising money campaign for expenses. But yeah, I just wanted to shout him out because he was following us pretty early on. He followed me personally on my own Twitch as well. And he would pop in the chat, and like, I hadn't talked to him for a while, but in the last like 5 or 6 months, he started talking to me about wrestling, and that's when he started hopping in our chats, and you know, he became a pretty much a member of the Between Two Beards community. So, you know, I just wanted to honor him, give him a shout out. Cancer sucks. Cancer sucks. I lost my dad to cancer. You know, it's just a bummer. So, you know, it is what it is. But I just wanted to shout him out and, yeah, send my thoughts and my love to his family and friends and stuff like that. But I just wanted to acknowledge him because, yeah, I just wanted to. So cool.
One of our day one dudes, man.
Yeah. So, well, Tim, strap on in, buddy.
What is that? What is that?
Pluggo, he's throwing you right under the bus. He don't give a shit.
Oh, hi. What did I do to Tim?
You know, he don't give a shit. But we are going to talk about some Bray Wyatt. You bet your ass. We are going to talk about some Bray Wyatt.
While you're here and we have you and you're in the chat, let us know, like, what was your reaction to this? Because why don't we just talk about it now? Because that was the biggest moment of the week. What was your reaction to Bray Wyatt's return? I thought
let us know in the chat what your reaction was. Yeah, it was dope as hell. It was dope as hell, and it was like, it was over the top. But it was over a top, like I was like giggling on my couch. Like, that's how happy I was. Like, I was watching that and I was just like, you know, because the lights go out and everyone, you know, leading up to it, we all knew it was going to be Bray. Like, we all were like, oh, it's Bray. It's going to be Bray. Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. That was me on my couch. Maybe not like a madman, Tim.
Well, Tim is a madman.
But I was definitely like, I was sitting on my couch just like laughing. I was so happy.
Well, I was here. I was in studio because we were doing the reacts.
Yeah.
So like, I'm watching the end of Riddle Rollins, which I thought was cool. And then like, they did the thing and they did the graphic. But
Triple H, you bastard. That was one of his NXT things. He always would do it.
Yeah.
He always would do it.
Are you going to fucking swerve us? Don't do it. And then Cole tipped it by going, are we still on the air? And I was like, yep, here it comes. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, I'm in the little box in the waiting room, just like losing my mind. And it was so well done.
Yeah, and it's just the lights go out. You get that initial pop. Everyone's excited. They're like, oh, fuck, something's happening. Something's happening.
Back up on the screen, Alex. He's excited to see the rest of the faction.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think's going to be in the faction if there's going to be a faction? Chat.
We'll dive into that. We'll dive into that.
I don't think he needs one. I think he just needs to be himself.
I agree, but I do think he is going to have. I do think he's going to lead. He's going to be a leader of sorts here. You know, the lights go out, and then and everyone's still excited, but then you hear he's got the whole world in his. And once you hear that, now we officially know. We're like, oh fuck yeah, it's Bray. Like, this is Bray. And then the level just went up. It was like, oh shit, man. Like, this is real. And I think once the song started, that's when me on my couch, I was just like, oh my God, yeah. Like, I scooted up in my chair. I was like, ooh. I felt like I was a kid again. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be incredible.
I laughed at the part where Cole was like, oh my God, what is that?
Oh, with the thing on the
with the fiend head on the
the fiend head on the announce table, and then Corey just does the slide away on the chair, like
Mr.
Cole's
Cool.
like jumping over the fucking guardrail.
Like,
Speaking of Michael Cole, we'll dive into like a little bit of Extreme Rules too, because I thought it was a really good pay-per-view. Beside, like, not even with the Bray Wyatt stuff, Michael Cole was excellent during that pay-per-view, specifically during the I Quit match with Dominic Mysterio. He was losing his fucking mind during that match, and it was unbelievable. But anyway, yeah. Then you see
noted
just the way they did
Michael Cole, hell yes.
Yeah, the noted thespian Michael Cole. Michael Cole is just, he's been on
Shout
another
out
level.
to our lawyer, Lawrence.
Lawrence, our lawyer, our counsel.
A whole bunch of shit he's got to work.
Yeah, we did. It's not stopping, Lawrence. So get that retainer on notice, brother. It ain't stopping. Get that retainer.
But send the invoices to Alice. She'll make sure they're on Spencer's
correct.
desk.
They'll be in Spencer's desk. We'll wait till late Friday night so he doesn't see it.
So
but,
when he's out, hanging out, gallivanting around town, we'll make. And
then just the music and the creepiness, and they did the zoom ins when it was pitch black, and you had the life size pig, you had the life size buzzard, you had the life size all that, and then you saw the Fiend. And I think when people first saw the Fiend, they thought it might have been Bray Wyatt because that elevated everything went from here to here. When they saw the Fiend, then there was the door, and then they had that abandoned Firefly Funhouse. It looked like just an abandoned whatever, which was awesome. Great throwback, and it's over the top as hell, but it's dope. Like, that's the stuff about wrestling that I love.
And he had a different mask on and took it off, so I like that a lot. I think you're going to see just a cooler, cooler's the wrong word, but a different iteration of Bray. I don't think we're going to just go to the well, which is going to be nice.
Yep. And when he ripped off that mask, that pop was gigantic.
Oh, yeah.
As it should be. Man, that was a very, before you hopped on, me and Alex, we were talking, and I was like, where do you rank that? Like, as far as returns goes? 100%, Lawrence. I think we all were. We were all geeking out
there. I think it would be one that you would put in a top 10 list easy if you really. I mean, I don't know where you specifically ring it. I'd have to do some research on other returns, but obviously, like, CM Punk returning is huge. Y2J's debut back in the day with the countdown was dope. That was a good one. So I mean, but this one's up there for sure.
It was unbelievable.
I loved it.
The way it was done and just everything that came with it was, like Lawrence said, he was sports entertained. I think we were all sports entertained. And I think we all
entertainment.
We all feel a certain way about Bray Wyatt because we know how, well, Tim says easily number one for him. Okay. I mean, and again, we're in the moment, right? It literally just happened. So it's going to be recency bias. But I mean, that and Punk, to me, are like two of the bigger,
Well, then if you also factor in all the stuff that they did to build up
the QR codes, and there were more. Like Alex said this too, when we were chatting in the pre-show, he was like, they're still going on. Like, there was another QR code on Monday night, like, and he had already debuted. So like, they're still going to continue to lump this other side of it in, even with the character, which I think is awesome. I think it's awesome.
I'm just laughing at all the salty haters in the Twitter sphere that were like, haters. It's not going to be Bray. You guys are all sheep. It's not going to be Bray. It's like, come on, man. What makes you think it's going to be Bray? Because they pretty much said on Friday, it's going to be Bray. Yeah.
And Tim thinks that the rabbit, there is a rumor. I think Bo Dallas would be someone that would be in the faction. I think it would be Bo Dallas. I could see
Is he?
Braun.
Did he officially get released, or is he still technically signed? Because I don't remember.
No, they got rid of him. They got
Did
rid of him.
they?
I
Okay,
believe so. Yeah.
I didn't know if he was one of those ones that are like, we're just gonna keep you paid and leave you at home.
No,
and
I'm
never
pretty
talk
sure they
about
got.
you.
I'm pretty sure they
Poor
got rid of him.
Bo Dallas has to be easily the worst, like former NXT champion to main roster transition of all time. That poor guy. B team ruled, but
I was over the top, but I liked the Believe. Believe.
I did, but it
I
never
thought that was fun.
translated on the main roster.
No,
like
I mean,
so.
well, yeah. I think now we'll see NXT people translating a lot better on the main roster. If Triple H was in charge, maybe Bo
I would
Dallas
just
didn't end up
I
there.
would just like to see NXT people translate better on NXT.
I mean, you know.
What is
yeah, I
this?
don't-
Alex in the private chat is saying, "What is the speculation on the women's titles behind Abby the Witch? Who's
What,
Abby?
so when
what's
they
that?
show, are you talking like when they showed the real life version of the witch? They were I think there was
Ah.
speculation that maybe. However, I thought I heard someone come out and say that was just happens, like a fan was just dangling them over there because they saw that that's where they were gonna kind of be shooting.
Okay.
I don't know though. Who
Put
knows?
the belts on them. Don't put
Yeah.
the belt on any of them.
So, but that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think that the live, real human-sized versions of all these are gonna be representations of his faction. You know, I think that's what they think. I think the pig would be. I think Braun would be an easy person to put. You could put Braun in there. Bo Dallas is another one. There will be a female. Alexa Bliss, like Tim said, is the easy choice because they have a history together. So you would think it might be Alexa Bliss. But maybe it is Liv, like Tim's saying, or somebody else. I don't know. But yeah, I'm expecting there to be a faction. I'm expecting Rowan would be cool.
Bring Rowan back.
Yeah, bring Rowan back. You got Rowan, Braun, Bray, Bo Dallas. And then you get a female or two. I'd be more than okay with that.
Now,
what about like someone like Nikki Cross or something like that?
It's crazy Nikki Cross.
Like
She'd be
crazy
cool.
Nikki
I think she
Cross.
was part of the original like rumors when they first were around.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that'd be perfect. And then they made her a superhero, which was.
Well, she wanted that according to.
I don't care if she wanted it or not. It wasn't good. Like, I could want all the things in the world. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. At some point, you got to be like, I know you wanted this, but this is a terrible idea.
Yeah. As we continue the wrestling talk, I do want to say, because you did mention it in the tweet that was sent out, we had some big music news that popped out this week. Oh, look at Zach. Thank you, my friend. How we doing, Smart Mouth? Good to see you. We had some big music news about the return.
Go check out Smark and Friends with our best friend.
Absolutely. How are you already not doing that? Wordsmith came back last week, with the big boy shit promo from Daddy Magic, one of the all-timers there. Go check Wordsmith out as well.
Wordsmith is far less vulgar on his own show than he is on ours.
100%. 100%. We are not booing to that. Tim, get out of here. We are going to be having a Blink-182 draft later. We're going to draft Blink-182 songs. That's what we're going to do.
Where are you?
Yeah, because they announced their triumphant return world tour, new album. Well, we were talking about that, but just wait and buy them a few weeks before the show. They'll be fine.
True, but nothing is punk anymore. Even like when Rage Against the Machine, their ticket prices were also.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's inflation, guys. It's inflation.
Well, no, it's just it's greed. What it is, son.
Yeah,
it's greed.
Yeah, of course. It's rich people wanting to get rich.
And I don't want to hear this bullshit. Like they didn't actually leave. No, this is the Blink 182 that everybody knows.
This is the
and everybody loves.
Yes,
and this is that band. That band that made. Yeah, sorry, Steve. This is the band that, like, to a lot of us, especially us who love pop punk and love that genre of music, like they may not have been like our favorite band of all time.
Yep.
But they introduced a lot of people to this scene.
And they elevated it. They elevated it to a level of popularity that allowed.
So you respect it. You got real recognized real.
Of course.
Without Blink, you probably aren't listening to some of the other bands that we got to enjoy in that awesome early 2000s
Sad boy.
pop
I call
punk.
it sad boy face. That's what I
Sad
call
boy
it. Sad
face,
boy
emo face,
emo
yeah,
sad
emo.
boy face. That's what I call
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah. When I still tell people that I still listen to that type of music mainly, they're like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm a sad boy
Well,
forever.
now that I
Like
know
that's what I
that you
call
will,
myself. I'm a sad boy. Listen to sad boy music.
well, now
That's
that I
what-
know that you will talk about anything I put in a graphic, it's an open season.
No, I just wanted to mention it because, dude, Blink's a big deal.
Blink rules.
But anyway,
Let's go. Where
Let's talk-
are you?
Extreme Rules in general, though, I thought was a very good show. I know you were on the reacts with Smarkmouth and Zach.
It was so
and
good that
Spencer.
I took off my pants and jacket.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
Blink 182, baby.
Yeah, I got it. I was trying to think of something witty
You
to
should have
say.
said, "Damn it."
yeah, that could have been it. I was trying to think of
Dude, I love ranch. All right, let's just move on. Extreme Rules.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very
good.
Yeah.
I don't think my Reacts co-hosts on Saturday thought there was some spotty stuff, but there's always going to be spotty stuff. But overall,
here's the thing. It wasn't perfect. There were things that could have been better. Like I thought Liv and Rhonda was okay.
they just don't have chemistry, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I thought Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre was okay, but I thought the 6-man tag to open the show was fucking special. I thought that shit ruled. I can watch those guys fight every time. They could fight on SmackDown. Like that would be the one rematch weekly that I'd be like, cool. I'm all right, fine. Let it keep on going. What I would like to see them separate from each other a little bit though. And I think the WrestleMania match needs to be Sheamus and Walter. I'm sorry, Sheamus and Gunther, where Sheamus actually wins the Intercontinental Championship. But I think that needs to happen at Mania. So you got to get them away from each other for a little bit, and then maybe they rekindle it in the Rumble or something. They stay away from each other. They're in the ring together. They look at each other. Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't want them to wait too long, and then all of Sheamus's steam is gone, because that's what's driving. Like Gunther is good, but Sheamus is like everybody's behind him right now. He's having himself, as they say, a moment.
Yeah,
and they need to run with it. And
Yep.
I think they need to pull the trigger on it sooner than later. And then maybe you elevate Gunther into that world title picture.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Him and Roman would be dope.
Yeah, sure would.
You could do that at like the Rumble or something, or you could do that. I don't know. Is there Survivor Series? No,
it's War Games, bro.
Survivor Series, War Games. But I'm saying like there's nothing in between, right? There's a TLC maybe. Yeah, there's definitely
November. There'll be a December one.
December. That's what I'm saying.
Did they already
or
do
day
TLC?
one. Or day one.
Day one. They'll probably do day one or some shit. Yeah, they'll probably do day
that
one.
There.
What if day one? But like last year, day one was on a Sunday, so it worked. Like, what if day one's on?
Well, it was on a Saturday.
Was it last year?
Sunday, yeah.
It's on a Sunday this year, so you can still make it work. What happens when day one's on a motherfucking Tuesday? What's gonna happen? We're gonna have Cyber Tuesday coming back.
I guess
have a Tuesday night pay-per-view.
You can't do it on Monday because you conflict with a Raw. But I guess in theory,
what happens?
It's still.
It can't be called day one. You can't call it day one if it's not on day one.
Well, that's what I was trying to get at, is that day one of the year is New Year's, so technically it's a holiday, so you could swing it that way. But I thought the appeal, maybe they won't do it yearly. I can't imagine they're going to do that.
When we were younger, or when we were younger, Survivor Series actually used to happen on Thanksgiving night. Like it happened on Thanksgiving night, which ruled. Because most people, you didn't have school the next day. Most people, not everybody, because Black Friday, capitalism. Hey, everyone's got to go to fucking work and be open on a day after a holiday, party. So I'm going to say a lot of people don't work the day after. Not everybody, but a lot of people. That would be dope if they went back like one time and were like, yeah, dude, we're doing Survivor Series Thanksgiving night. I'd be like,
but yeah, naming it day one was probably a silly idea because you can't do that.
You can't.
You just
can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
Because there's already 2 days 2 or 3 days. You can't do it on NXT night. So there's 3 days out of the week you can't do it.
Yeah, so you only can do day one so we're gonna have day one every 6 or 7 years. When it's on a Saturday or Sunday, we'll have day one. We'll bring it back every 6 years.
I thought that was a cool pay-per-view idea.
Oh, yeah. And then, Dustin says, fun fact, Extreme Rules 2019, 2020, and 2021 had only a combined 7 gimmick matches. This year, all 6 were gimmick matches.
Which is how it should have been.
Which is how it should be. And I think that's why it had such a buzz going into it. Because people were generally like, hey, dude, every match is different. They brought back, when was the last time we saw like a real good, good is subjective about the actual match that happened.
My
like
thing
a
was
strap
like,
match or, you know what I mean? Like those aren't regular
and not
stipulation
even that.
matches.
Every match felt like they had a reason to have the stick, right?
Oh, of course.
Like in years past, and I talked about this on Saturday right after the show, right here on Love Wrestling on this Twitch channel. We do reacts all the time. Cheap plug. The stipulations and the stories all made sense. It wasn't like, oh, hey, Friday night, let's throw together some match, between, no disrespect to these people, but let's throw Chad Gable and R-Truth together just to fill out the card.
Yeah.
And then have a bunch of comedy spots. The only comedy spots we got was the Miz and Gritty, which was a lot of fun. And it was like the perfect amount of like, let's bring the mood down. But each story felt like it had a reason. It had the heat. It had a need to be there. So then you add the fact that we're putting a ladder match, an Extreme Rules match, a strap match into the fold. It just heightens it, and you get so excited because it brings you back to the Extreme Rules of old. And then Trips is doing that awesome thing, man, where it's like 6 matches, 7 matches. It felt like the night paced well. It moved well. I had a good time. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And Dustin, that comment we just saw, the I Quit match was the next match I wanted to talk about. It was a little slow to start for me. You maybe could have shaved off 4 or 5 minutes.
It was a little slow pretty much the whole time.
Until the end, though. The end was just spectacular. The whole storytelling, the whole second half of it was, once Dominic got involved and the Beth Phoenix Rhea stare down, oh my God.
Is there something in Edge's contract that says he has to wrestle 45 minutes?
I don't know.
Like every match of his, he could shave an easy 10 minutes off, and
I thought they could have shaved off a few of the things in the beginning, because the middle and the end was where the storytelling and the juice was. And but other than that, though, I was losing it. Like the whole Dominic stuff with Ray, I was like, and Michael Cole was unbelievable. I said it earlier. Michael Cole was unbelievable in this match. He was
his ass, Ray.
Oh my God. Screaming at Dominic. They showed a view of Corey sitting at the table, and Michael Cole was like 4 feet to the side, like just point, like he was in it.
I love this Michael
It was
Cole.
Unbelievable.
How many different ways can you say no, I don't quit in a match?
I mean, it is what it is. It's
and the first 30 seconds in, it's like, do you quit?
What?
Yeah, dude, I'm out.
Yeah,
Peace.
I'm done.
Let's go to the bar.
But then you had the stare down and the physical altercation with Rhea and Beth Phoenix, which
rules.
Oh my God. That whole moment was amazing. The crowd was loving it. I loved Beth even saying to her, like, this is your dream match, Rhea. Like, let's go. Pick, fucking make you move.
Yeah,
it was amazing. And then
she oh my God. I can't even say concerto.
Pluggo's having
I'm having a brain aneurysm.
He just had a fucking aneurysm on the screen right here.
The concerto?
The concerto.
Concerto. I can't
Concerto.
Speak. After she already said I quit, which I thought
amazing.
Was beautiful.
It was incredible.
Poor Beth
and
Phoenix, though.
You knew Edge wasn't going to quit until they put him in a position where he knew he had to. And then, even he quits. The match is over. And Rhea looks at him and said, you should have said it sooner. Boom. And she was saying, you taught us so well, Edge, and like using shit like that. Like, you created us. You taught us so well. It's like, oh, it was good. It was good stuff. And then to continue on the stuff I did like, the fight pit was cool. I love that. I love that type of match. I think it's very original. It's very good. I do feel bad for the people in attendance, and you even saw some of it watching the show. Like, some of the stuff was hard to see sometimes. So I can imagine being there, how difficult it might have been to like fully invest in that match because you might not be able to see everything that's happening because of the structure. It felt like the crowd was into this match, but they never got to like a fever pitch because I think some of them were like, well, what the fuck's going on? I can't see.
Well,
like, what's going on?
They were like, this is the last match of the night. Where the fuck is the Fiend? Because I was on Twitter all night live tweeting for Beards, and like the consensus and a lot of people was like, all right, where's the Fiend? Where's the Fiend? Like, I'm here for the Fiend. Like, let's go already. And it's like, just wait, be cool, be cool. He's coming at the end. I thought the fight pit concept was cool. I didn't understand, like, I guess I never paid attention to the first two that close to know that. Like,
I remember caring about the first one when it was Thatcher.
Why can't I choke a guy out on top of that platform? Like, why not?
You got to win it in the pit, man.
Why not? And I just love Seth Rollins like talking shit to Cormier, going, "Don't make me come down there and choke you out."
Yeah, exactly.
I was just loving the back and forth.
I am not saying this out of disrespect because I too am fat, but Cormier was not in performer shape, and it was like he came out and like because the rumor is, and Riddle was asked about it. The rumor is that like people think he's gonna have like a match or a small run with WWE, and I think he absolutely could. But when I saw him come out, I was like, well, he's not in fighting shape. That was not him at fighting shape when he was in fighting shape.
Well, I'm sure he's
retired. He's enjoying his life. Good for him. I wish I could retire like that and enjoy life. But Seth screaming at him, I'll come down there and choke you out. It's like, bro, Cormier will murder you in 3 seconds if he really wants to.
Right.
100%.
Calm down, Seth. Calm down.
100%. If you really pretended to try, Cormier would lock you in something and take you out immediately.
Then that Broton from the top.
I thought Riddle really broke his ass.
Yeah. I thought they both, I said it. I was like, I don't think either one of them are showing up to work on Monday. And then Seth Rollins wins the United States Championship.
The way that Riddle sold that immediately, like screaming, and I thought he broke his tailbone. I thought for real. I was like, oh, is he real? Like he sold me. I was like, oh, he's hurt.
He missed it a little bit.
He did. Like, he landed his ass landed flush on that.
But I think that was by design because I don't think you hit that, you're killing Seth.
Oh, Seth is his organs.
So you gotta overshoot
he's bleeding internally if you hit that. Yeah. So like
he still might be, honestly.
You know, but no, it was good. And then they fought for a little bit, and the tap out was good. And then obviously the Bray Wyatt stuff afterwards. But I liked the fight pit. I felt like the crowd was like slightly just less than they should have been. And I think part of it was because it was probably hard to see. I've been to a pay-per-view, a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And if you're not like, it's hard. It's hard to see everything that happens in there because the structure is just so fucking big. And it's hard. So I can imagine.
Watching the monitor the whole time.
Yeah, literally. You're watching the screen like, all right, cool. Like you're like you're going back and forth. Like, all right, cool, good. The stuff on Extreme Rules that I didn't really care for, I thought Liv and Rousey was okay. I didn't think it was bad, but I thought it was okay. I understand Rousey winning. I would have liked Liv to have won, but I completely understand Ronda winning. And I'm more excited about where Liv Morgan's going to go because they clearly showed her like smiling at the end and like kind of losing it and stuff like that. So I'm assuming, and there are, people are saying whispers of maybe she's going to join Bray's group or whatever. This is going to be a character shift for Liv Morgan. And I think a character shift for Liv Morgan is kind of needed. So I'm hoping we get to see some crazy fucked up Liv, like just a crazy person Liv.
Somebody that doesn't crudely bedazzle baseball bats.
Yeah, Speaking of
the match is just like it wasn't the worst thing I'd ever seen.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
I just don't think that there's anything Ronda Rousey's ever going to be involved in that people are going to be like, yeah. Even when Becky comes in, what? People hate her. When Becky comes back and the man thing, they're still going to shit on Ronda for not being good enough.
But people are going to want to see Becky beat her, so people will be invested.
But they're not going to be invested in Ronda.
Well, it depends. Let's see Ronda as a full-fledged heel and see how it goes. When Ronda was here, look at her first year.
Time she was here, yeah, that was fine.
The crowd was invested in her, and I thought she had one of the better rookie years ever. It was highly praised by most people. But
ever since then,
the problem was, and again, this was previous management, but the problem was when she came back this time, they should have never tried to make her a babyface because she ain't a fucking babyface.
well, they shouldn't have had her win the Royal Rumble either.
I agree that I
But
think
yeah,
that
her and
did her
Liv,
no favors either.
her and Liv just have like no chemistry. I hate
It
to
happens.
say it. And they butchered the Liv stuff, and it was just clunky.
They butchered a couple spots. That
And you
chair in the
can't-
corner spot that they did during this match, that
Yeah.
like the chair fell to the ground and Liv was like, "No, we're still doing this." It's like,
I'll say
what?
this though, I absolutely love Ronda Rousey talking shit to the crowd.
Oh,
while she's
100%. But
"Oh,
she
this is
needs
your
to do
girl?
that all
This
the
is
time.
your girl?
Yes,
I'm gonna
but
rip
she
her
needs to do that
apart."
all the time. If
I
she does
know.
that, I think people will be all right. You know?
First of all,
Wait, pumpkin spice sweet tea. Is that what
You
you're
must-
drinking?
No, my wife, Mrs. Pluggo, tagged me at something on Facebook about
But it's pumpkin spice tea?
pumpkin spice
That
tea. And
sounds
I don't actually,
repulsive. I like
I
sweet
don't
tea. That
actually
sounds
like
repulsive
sweet.
to me.
I prefer unsweet tea,
I prefer unsweet tea too. Good on you.
but I
Good on
love
you.
pumpkin spice everything.
I do too. I do too. I'm one of those people. I didn't
So
always.
I would
but
be
I'm
down.
one of those people.
I'm a PSL girl. Pumpkin
Yeah.
spice lattes.
No, yeah.
that's my
I'll do
shit.
it. I'll do it all day. No, it's all about that pumpkin cold foam, bro. You got to get that pumpkin cold.
That is good. I
On
had
the
that
cold
the
brew?
other.
Fuck,
I
dude, it's
did
like
have that
fucking
the other
drinking
day.
liquid gold. You
My,
drink it, you're like, oh, like your body moves. That's how
I
good it
never
is.
had it. I was like, hell yeah, this is my jam. But yeah, shout out to Swags for bringing up, my shit.
Yeah.
I love pumpkin spice.
Dustin says, I wouldn't mind seeing Liv go to NXT for a bit, maybe challenge. I'd be
Sure.
all right with that. But I think Liv,
It did wonders for Mandy Rose in the sense that at least she's like had something to do.
okay.
Liv,
This
we
is
talked about this weeks ago. Like Liv is like Dolph Ziggler. Like you could put her in big spots, give her a couple championships, but ultimately, unless they do something drastic with this character, I just don't see it. She just struggled in this big spot. I don't know what it was. It just
Yeah.
I like Liv. We like Liv a
Of
lot
course, yeah,
on
yeah,
this
yeah. We all
show.
like Liv.
She struggled in this program, in this spot, and not all of it was her fault. And
I
it's
agree.
hard to recover. Once you're buried, you're buried. And I'm not saying I'm saying they by tapping out, you showed no faith in her.
Yeah, I would agree. And then I thought Karrion Kross in McIntyre was fine. I expected more violence, oddly enough. I expected it to be more violent. And the pepper spray is what it is. I expected Kross to win. But
That's another one where I was like, did he need to do that? Did we need that? Like, I get it. They're a package deal. But like at the same time, you want to reestablish this guy as a dominant main event player, and you have so much work to do with what the old regime did to him, and then you have him winning that way. I know he's a heel. He's winning by cheating, but why can't he just be some badass that, like you said, it was a violent, and he just beat him?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I think they
dope.
did that more to protect Drew than they did.
Yeah,
Which again, if Drew is, he'd be
fair.
fine. He'd be
He would've
fine
been
losing
fine.
a match like that. He'd be fine.
Because
He'd come out
the
the next-
WWE can't help themselves. They'll run it back
No.
next time.
Yeah. Well, they're not there yet. We haven't seen a ton of rematches.
They're
yet.
running this back. They have.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. This isn't the end. Yeah, because they cheated. Yeah, of course. One thing that I loved, which I actually thought was my favorite match of the night that we didn't talk about on the love thing, was the ladder match between Bianca Belair and Bayley. That match ruled. I thought Bayley was winning for sure. I was confident.
So was I.
That Bayley was winning this one. Again, not upset at all because Bianca is a generational talent. Like I have no qualms with her keeping the belt at all. But I thought for sure this was going to be Bayley. So the ending shocked me. I was like, oh, wow, okay. But I thought this match was fantastic. I thought it was so good.
KOD and Io and Dakota, and then KOD and Bayley
With the ladder.
I was like,
yeah, incredible.
Yeah,
the double KOD was a great spot. Bianca's a star, man. She's just a star. It is what it is. She's the best. I think she's somebody they can build the whole company behind if they really wanted to. I thought Bayley had it too. I thought for sure this was going to be damage control with all the gold. You know?
This was the way to do it, where you could have like protected Belair and got damage control involved. They obviously didn't. My favorite thing of the whole match was Bayley at the beginning when she's kicking the shit out of Belair by the ramp, and some fans like, "You suck," and she goes,
Yeah.
"I suck. No, you suck. I'm winning." It's like, hell yeah.
It's so
baby.
good.
Hell
It's so
yeah.
good. Yeah. And then, and that was Extreme Rules. Obviously, the Bray Wyatt thing is the main talking point coming out of that, as you would expect it to be. But I thought overall, I had a real, like you said, I had a real good time. I had a real good time. I was thoroughly enjoyed all the matches, entertained me. And the Bray Wyatt thing is an all timer that we're gonna see on highlight packages and talk about it for forever. So
I just
it was
hope
good.
they don't screw it up this
Well,
time.
we're gonna see tomorrow night. He's gonna have his first post Extreme Rules thing on SmackDown tomorrow
Now,
night.
do you think he'll be live in the arena talking in the ring, or is it going to be like a video?
I hope so, because I think they have presented it that way. And if the
But
audience,
they presented it that way on Monday too.
I said this openly on Twitter. I was not that active on Monday night, but I said this openly on Twitter. I said, I hope that someone somewhere has told the people in that arena that they're not seeing Bray.
Right.
Because if I'm in that arena and the graphic that I see on the screen 3 or 4 times just says the return of Bray Wyatt, but I don't hear the commentators like we did on television saying, we're going to relive the moment.
Right.
I would be like, oh shit, Bray Wyatt's here tonight.
Oh,
And then at the end, when I realized it wasn't going to be him, I would be punching everyone.
Well,
I would be losing my mind.
I was actually pro them not doing anything with it.
I agree.
And just letting it kind of sit and simmer and get people's imaginations and their minds going. And yeah, you want to strike while the iron's hot. So Friday would have been a perfect spot, or even next Monday. But like, yeah, so I was sitting there Monday going, oh, they're just going to reshow it because that's what they're telling us. But in the arena, you never know what you see. So hopefully. But then again, the Brooklyn crowd isn't as rambunctious as the Philly crowd, so they wouldn't have burnt the place to the ground.
True. Brooklyn, bunch of frauds. But, it is what it is. I said it. Get on me. Anyway.
What do you got against Brooklyn, bro?
They're fake fans. Come on. Don't show up till halfway through the second quarter. Only care when the team's good. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, again, that's not New York fans, even though I don't like New York fans because I'm from Boston. I'm not talking about all New York fans. I'm talking specifically about supporters of Brooklyn, because when that team was fucking terrible, y'all weren't wearing your jerseys or hats. Okay? Then they get Durant and everyone's like, I love the Nets. Sit the fuck down. Anyway. Sorry. All right.
Oh, I can't wait for some basketball. Brooklyn versus Boston. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we just swept them last year. No big deal.
Last year, bro. We're moving on.
Dustin says, I won't spoil it by saying who, but in addition to yesterday having some appearances, another LPW wrestler wrestled a match being taped for Dark today in Toronto. Yes, there were a lot of
a good amount
independent Canadian professional wrestlers that we know and part of LPW that got some rub during this week when AEW was up there. So that is very, very cool. Very, very cool. So make sure to tune into Dark and Dark Elevation, because you might see some familiar faces on there. Which is very, very cool. I know I'm excited to see some of it too. So,
what should be Monday?
Yeah, I believe Elevation is Monday and regular Dark is Tuesday, or vice versa. One of them's Monday and one of them's Tuesday. I don't know which one it is. I think Elevation is the first one.
You said LPW, so I figured I'd reiterate the point that we are the originators of the sparkler gimmick on the Love Wrestling umbrella, and we will not stand for any type of gimmick infringement here on this show.
I mean, I have nothing to add.
I am just simply making sure the message is clear that we do not stand for any of this intellectual property theft that has been going on here under this Love Wrestling umbrella. That's all I will say. We shall move on to the show.
Beauty. I did see this, Dustin. It was announced today that Edge has signed on as a recurring guest star in the new Disney Plus series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It'll be interesting to see if he's off TV for a while. Maybe. I mean, I feel like Edge has earned where if he needs to take a couple months off to go fill some shit, that'll be cool. That'll be good for his body and his recovery and stuff like that too, because he's having, like Pluggo said, it feels like he's just hell-bent on having 35 to 40-minute fucking epics every time he goes out there.
He is the Metallica
and
of wrestlers.
I really liked the I Quit match but it could have
Yeah,
been 10
we
minutes
eat
less.
snakes
It could have
and
been 5 or 10
sparklers.
minutes less.
Hell yeah. I can't really do the snake gimmick on. I mean, maybe I could pull it off, but I don't want to give away too many of my trade secrets because we have a certain tag team here at Love Pro Wrestling that likes to steal our gimmicks. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm gonna keep that
Just
stuff
saying.
behind the scenes. Just saying.
You know,
But
we
yeah,
are the originators.
with Edge, and I'm glad he's back, and I'm enjoying him. But yeah, some of the stuff I don't know what it is, where it drags and it's a slow build. And slow matches and slow paces have their spots, and they work. But with him, it's like every match has to start off so slow that by the time you get into it, you're just like, all right, come on, you could have cut that out. We could have just went to this, and it would have been. Every time I've seen an Edge match that goes more than 20 minutes, I go, we could have done that in half the time, and it would have been one of the matches of the night without question.
Yeah.
Because there's just and I don't know if that's because, and again, I'm not a wrestler, so I've never been in the ring. I don't have that kind of a background, but I don't know if maybe it's because he is so his age where they need to he needs to catch his breath. Maybe he looks in phenomenal shape, but that doesn't mean, Finn Balor is a peak prime Finn Balor, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They got to slow it down so Edge can kind of get his wits, but I don't know. But I just want to, like I said, cut that thing down by 5-10 minutes, and I would have been like, that match ruled.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. All in all, I enjoyed it, but it was
like I said, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying like, oh God, don't ever do that again. But he did that with Randy Orton during the pandemic when they did that I Quit match that took 45 minutes, and it was like you could have done that in 30.
Are you talking about the greatest wrestling match of all time?
No, I'm talking about the one where he had him on top of the bus.
Yeah.
It's like
that was the WrestleMania. Was that that was the WrestleMania match, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but it just whatever. I digress.
Yeah. We then switch over to Monday Night Raw. We're not gonna go, step by step here, day by day.
Day by day.
Yes, I was hoping I shouldn't have said it. I wanted to see if you should have just done that on your own. I jumped the gun there. That's my fault. I should have known better. That's on me. That's on me. We're gonna move on. We're gonna pretend it didn't happen.
You know what? Hey, listen. We can
Suzanne
make it
Summers,
better.
bro, and Patrick Duffy.
We can make it better the second time around.
It is, and they're going on the roller coaster. Oh my god, what a time! TGIF.
That dude. What's his name? What was his name?
Patrick Duffy.
No, the dude, the weird.
Oh, the one that lived in the van, Cody.
He went crazy.
Yeah, he became
a
weird.
life.
Yeah,
he's a weirdo.
Yeah,
they had to film the show around him being in jail all the time.
Yeah. His character's name was Cody, right?
Piece
he lived
of
in the van.
Garbage.
Yeah. Wow. Now all of a sudden we're gonna start talking about 90s sitcoms. But anyway, couple things that happened.
I was watching Home Improvement last night.
Dude, I watched it a couple weeks ago.
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
And Boy Meets World and all that shit.
Boy Meets World. All right, I can talk all night about this. We got to get back to wrestling. We mentioned all the shows. Family Matters. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
Dinosaurs. Come on. Remember Dinosaurs?
Knock the Mama.
Anyway, so I should just do that. I just gotta name shows, and Pluggo will fucking do the line, the famous line from the shows.
Hell yeah.
So a couple big things that happened on Raw. One, we got another return, not quite to the size of a Bray Wyatt return, but we did see the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, make their return. It was during a Judgment Day segment with AJ Styles. It looks like the club is back. And might I add, that's NJPW Never Open Heavyweight Champion, Carl Anderson. That was on our Monday Night Raw. So, again, maybe WWE is slightly cracking open the forbidden door. No, I'm kidding. But he is a champion for New Japan. That is
interesting.
Something to think about.
But
what did we think about?
You also skipped over the other. Selena Vega's back too.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, that happened on SmackDown. Yeah, with
all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
So let's start with Selena. We'll start with Selena because it happened first. It was on SmackDown. So we saw Legado del Fantasma make their triumphant debut. Who I am all Santos Escobar, love him. They are on SmackDown and they debuted and they did. Who was the Elektra Lopez? Was that her name?
Yeah,
the girl that was with them in NXT. They did not have Elektra Lopez with them, but instead they had a returning Zelina Vega. Which I'm glad to see Zelina. I like Zelina a lot. I kind of
thought
feel
there
bad.
was room for both of them.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Elektra. I feel like they were like, hey, we're bringing you all up. Oh, last second. No, we're going to go with this one who people know. See you later. Or maybe they thought maybe she needs more seasoning. I don't know. Whatever. But I kind of feel bad for her. I thought she was more than fine in the group when they were in NXT. I thought it would have worked with her too. But I understand Selena is a bigger name, bigger star, and I like Zelina a lot too. So what'd you think about Legado and them?
Plus, you got to start making Zelina happy so that you can get Aleister Black back.
It is true. It is true. But he's not released. He's not released.
No, I understand that, but you got to start making it nice with some of these dudes' wives so that they'll come back to your promotion. I thought it was cool. I'm glad to see her back. I think she's phenomenal. I did think that there is room for two of them, and I think you could have put Elektra Lopez in the group.
I don't disagree.
Kept her in the fold and masked any shortcomings you thought she may have had. And I'm going to use the team she beat up. It's not like B-Fab is some world beater in the ring. You know what I mean? So like, if you're worried about her in ring work, like you can get around that, or on the mic, being around Selena every day is not the worst thing in the world to get better at mic skills, because Selena rules at that too.
Oh yeah. Very good.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Just debuts and returns throughout the week, man.
And then, what are we thinking about the Good Brothers and their return to, looks like form? I don't think they'll turn on AJ and go with the Judgment Day, but I could see it happening, reforming like a bigger group. But anyway, what do we think about the Good Brothers coming back and reforming the club and the face of Finn Balor that will forever be a meme for all time during the hug with AJ? Yeah, he's. Yeah.
I thought, honestly, for me, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't really, again, we're trying to base our opinions off of the old regime and how they were booked before. And I didn't think the OC thing didn't really hit for me. I felt like they could have did more. They could have leaned heavier on it. They could have got Finn involved back then. They need to add Hornswoggle. Hell yeah.
Why not?
Yes. I am pro adding Hornswoggle to pretty much everything.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be?
Amazing. The last time I think he was there, it was at the Rumble when he was under the ring, and actually Zelina Vega like went under the ring and ran out scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
So AJ, yes, the mini AJ Styles that he did in Impact with Ethan Page was funny as what did they call him? The Swoggle one, or I'll have to look it up. They had a funny name for him. But anyway, Good Brothers. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see what they do with it. Hopefully there's a little bit more of an edge to the OC now that
we nominal.
Yes, the we nominal one. Thank you, Tim. You see, Tim, you're awesome.
The we
as
nominal
much as you're here for
That's
JPJ,
hilarious.
You're pretty awesome.
I know.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not the biggest Good Brothers fan in the world, and it's not. I don't know. They're just big dudes that do their thing. Carl Anderson rules. He does. He does.
He's got a hot Asian wife. So I mean, what else?
I don't know how many times you think he'll get to bring that up on WWE television.
Oh, every time. I got a hot Asian wife. Literally, that's part of the shtick. We then saw,
but with Triple H in charge, he's just gonna run with it. It's gonna be crazy.
And then we unexpectedly saw the return of the Beast incarnate as well. Later in the evening, as Bobby Lashley was defending or was about to defend the United States Championship versus Seth Rollins, and he comes down to the ring, and all of a sudden Brock Lesnar just comes down.
Saskatchewan's own.
Yeah, and they face off, and he gives Bobby Lashley 2 F5s and locks him in the Kimura, and then leaves, which I'm assuming this is setting up Bobby versus Brock at the Saudi pay-per-view. I think that's what they're doing here. Why not? Why not? I don't think that match definitely won't suck. So they're going to do that. And then you see Seth Rollins come out, and, the refs are all around Bobby, and they're saying, Bobby, you can't wrestle. You're hurt. Your arm, blah, 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 blah. And Seth kind of goads him to do it. He calls him. He says he's a coward. He says he's not a real champion. And then he even throws in, he says, you're not a real soldier, because Bobby Lashley has military experience. And he said, you're an embarrassment to the country. He started doing stuff like that. And that was the final straw for Bobby Lashley. He was like, what? Are you saying I'm a bad American? Oh, God, I'm going to come kill
You
you.
don't remember me coming out here with my sisters and doing the army?
Yeah.
Come
You
on.
don't remember me? God, I'm a bad soldier. Fuck you, man. So he, so he goes out there and he gets in the ring, and that was the straw. And they actually had a pretty decent match. Bobby kicked out of a ton of stuff that you wouldn't expect him to. But he only could fight for so long due to the injuries sustained by the Brock Lesnar attack. And Seth Rollins is your new WWE United States Champion. Are you excited for a Seth Rollins US title reign? You think he's going to be? I mean, I thought Bobby Lashley was an excellent United States Champion. He brought prestige back to the title. They made it matter again. And now having someone like Seth take it from him, again, I think Seth can only take it further.
Yeah.
So,
because obviously with Lesnar back and you want to do that at Crown Jewel, Lesnar, Lashley, you got to kind of again. And I know that the WWE is very anti right now, saying that the United States Championship is any less than the main WWE Universal, but there is optically a difference, right? So if you keep that on Lashley and you have him face Brock, like Brock's got to win that, I think.
Yep.
Or if Lashley wins that and he's beaten Brock Lesnar, then that immediately catapults you back to Roman. So it's good. We'll put Seth in there. Seth is taking some L's. He's reestablished himself. He'll do some wonderful things with that title. I think he'll make that title the main, because there is no other title on the show right now. The relevance, he's going to bring it to another level. You get Bobby, you get Brock, and then you start to ask the questions like, maybe they do pull the trigger and let Bobby beat Brock so that they can reestablish Bobby in the main event scene, because they said they're not doing Roman and Brock again. So Brock could, in theory, lose here, right? But I'm all for Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's not even close. He's in the short discussion.
Oh, yeah. And Tim's saying keeping Brock away from the title is best for business. I think right now, yes, it is.
And Lashley's character, let's be honest, it's limited in what he can do to, like, he is who he is. Seth is consistently and constantly upping himself, reinventing himself. And that's no disrespect to Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley is Bobby Lashley. He's gone on record saying he wants the Hurt Business back. I'd be so down for that.
Yeah,
that'd
be incredible.
I don't think we're going to get Leo Rush back with Bobby, because he was at GCW this weekend, which was pretty dope. He faced off in the scramble.
I'm assuming he's talking about Brock here, but he says you can use him as a monster or a hero and let him hurt and heal any story. Yeah, Brock Lesnar is like a Band-Aid. You bring him out and he's going to get a reaction and you'll make something matter. And
this is the match we've all wanted to see.
Yeah, we got it at the Rumble. They had it at the Rumble, but there was chicanery at the end of it with, Roman involved. And so I think this match will be a straightforward one-on-one. These two guys just go until there's a winner.
Because
the match at the Royal Rumble was very good as well until, and I thought the whole thing was good, but you want to see a one-on-one here.
Because it was pretty sad that they didn't revisit it after the fact. Like, immediately Brock was pissed at Roman, so we went at Roman. Got it. I get that. But if I was Bobby Lashley, even though I won it, I would have been like, hey, that's not how I would have wanted to win that. Let's run it back. So like you said, I think it's just straightforward, no one involved. No tractors. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Bring the tractor. That was dope.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time. All right. Then,
before we dive too deep into future things, I forgot did you watch Bound for Glory this week?
I did not.
Go out of your way
to watch Masha Slamovich and Jordan Grace. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is on the list. I'm going to be watching it this weekend.
Night. Oh my God. It was so good. Those two,
both those women rule. Yeah,
and
both
Speedball losing to Kazarian, but Speedball rules. But I just wanted to know if you watched.
Wait, was he a champion? Did he lose a belt to Kazarian?
Yeah, he was the X Division champion.
And he lost it to Kazarian.
Kazarian is now your X Division champion.
Well, all right.
I thought Bound for Glory was overall really good. I just wanted to point out I had to throw some flowers at that Masha Jordan.
Yeah, I've heard from multiple people how it was incredible.
Yes.
Well, as we transition over to some AEW, the big news of the week for AEW was announced about 15 minutes before Dynamite went live last night by Tony Khan, is what I think is a gigantic signing for AEW. They signed Renee Paquette. And we saw her. She opened Dynamite last night. She was littered throughout the show doing backstage interviews.
Heck
For
yeah.
me, obviously, she's not going to be in the ring. She's not a wrestler, but we talk other sports here. Renee Paquette is a 5-tool player. She can do whatever you need her to do. You need her to commentate, she can commentate. You need her to be the backstage person, she can be the backstage person. You need her to do ring announcing or in the ring to do interviews, she can do that. You want her to run your podcast network or do an AEW podcast, host a pre-show, it don't matter. Renee Paquette is the best person you can have doing that stuff. I think this is one of the bigger signings from a versatility standpoint that AEW has had. And it comes right on the heel of her husband, John Moxley, getting a large, 5-year extension, they said, or a 5-year extension.
Be a coach, and
he's going to be a coach. So, they're locked up there. And I think, I think that's a huge Renee. I've loved Renee.
And you couple that with Saraya coming in too. These are two women. And I know, like you said, Renee is not an in-ring performer, but she's also established enough. She's been through enough that she could say, hey, between her and Saraya going, this women division needs to be revitalized, Tony. Maybe Tony needs to, I'm hoping Tony's taking those two, especially, and picking their brains, because she is a great mind for the business. She's a slam dunk hire. It's a great move. And it's no disrespect to Shivani, but there's only so many times, right? You can yell at Shivani and Marvez, and we're just like, all right, these dudes are just getting abused. But Renee looks like she won't take no shit.
I agree.
You would come at her, MJF, she'll kick your ass.
Yeah, I mean, there was that little segment with Nyla where they were like, refer to her as the TBS champion, and she was like, no, you're not. Like, you're not
right?
The TBS. I'm not going to do that. And it was just
Nyla ruled in that moment. Oh,
yeah.
Nyla's the best.
Yeah, Nyla's great.
Get her away from Vicky. Let her cut her own promos. Let Vicky do something else, because Nyla needs to just be Nyla.
I agree.
100%.
But yeah, the Renee Paquette, I mean, that's just such a huge signing. She can do whatever she wants. What if Thunder Rosa is the real life Sister Abigail? She may be. Well, who knows? She's under contract though.
Yeah, I think she signed a dub or a.
Yeah, I think she's under contract, so that ain't gonna work. But I mean,
she could do it. Thunder Rosa could do it.
Oh my God, yeah! You kidding me?
Show Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, truly. Oh my God! And then you had, this was the Canada debut.
Yeah, Toronto was hot yesterday.
Toronto was hot. Renee Paquette starts off the show. Christian comes right out, and he's like, "Nah, I'm making fun of the Maple Leafs right out the chute, right out the gate, making fun of his own team, Right. Savage. You're a heel.
How do you get back from that, right? Because if they asked him to drop the puck at a Maple Leafs game,
someone's gonna put that video on social media and be like, "You want this guy? This guy."
You're like, oh, the guy that just flamed you last week.
Yeah, he's from here, damn it.
I know he loves you guys in real life, but in storyline, he told you to suck it.
Unbelievable.
They got
I thought
Dynamite season too.
It is hockey season just started. My Bruins got a victory last night in the home opener over them Washington Capitals party. The big thing coming out of AEW Dynamite, there were a few, but the big thing coming out of AEW Dynamite was, by God, he did it. Orange Cassidy. Yeah. With his first ever singles, his first ever title in general, but his first singles title in AEW, as he defeated Pac in the main event to become the AEW All-Atlantic Champion.
Yes, sir.
We've had discourse on here before. We are both very high on Orange Cassidy. We like the character a lot, but there's been a lot of discourse everywhere where people are just like, well, the character doesn't need.
Tell him, Alex, what you just said in the chat.
Unless I'm mistaken, he was a Beyond champion, Beyond Wrestling.
Okay.
Trust me, I was listening to that when I was rewatching the AEW videos, and I'm like, is he? I know he's been a champion elsewhere. So yeah, there you go.
Now you know what to do.
Okay, yeah. Alpha One. Am I still on screen? Yeah, I'm still on screen. Okay. Alpha
JPJ
One,
's
Chikara, DDT Pro. Go ahead. Just get the damn game over with.
Get the fuck off my screen.
I was waiting for it. Get out of here.
Anyway,
I was hoping
Jesus.
you do it sooner. Like, get
I was
out of
trying
here.
to be nice
Don't
and just have
correct
him
me.
make a decision on his own.
That's our producer, the Ecto guy. Good
Anyway.
dude. Makes us look pretty.
For the love of
Yeah,
God.
so yeah, the discourse is always, and I saw it a lot last night. The haters are wild for Cassidy because they think, oh, look at this lazy comic wrestler. Because all they see is the kick.
Do you know what happened last night in that match, though? He didn't do that once. The only person that did the lazy thing was Pac making fun of him.
Yeah.
That match started and OC went right at him. He did the hands in his pockets once, but he didn't do the kicks. He didn't do the over-the-top stuff. He was there to fight. He was there to wrestle, and he was there to win a fucking championship. And he did.
And he did that, and it was awesome.
So
and it's about time because 0-12 in title matches.
Yeah, it was something like that. 0-8, 0-9. It was up there.
I'm interested to see because with Pac's title reign, they had him going overseas a lot and challenging and different. I'd like to see Orange Cassidy do some things, but he's been so goddamn over that I can't believe it took this long to pull the trigger on it. But hey, I'm glad he did it. We got to see Danhausen get involved, which is always
Danhausen got involved.
Time.
He cursed.
Like if you're
Pac.
still on the fence about Orange Cassidy, watch these matches. He is really good in the ring. He just has a gimmick. It's a gimmick.
That's it. But here's the thing, though. I'm very interested moving forward to see how he is as a champion, because his whole gimmick is that he doesn't give a shit. That's his whole gimmick. I don't give a shit.
I know.
He's a champion. Now he's a champion.
Saw somebody, I think it was Joe Pearl. I'll give Joe Pearl the credit because he was there. Said that right after they went off air, he said he doesn't like carrying championships, and he asked for his book bag to put it in, or his backpack, and Chris Statlander brought it out. She's still hurt, but yeah, so he's not even gonna carry that thing. He's gonna have it in a book bag. So yeah, I'll be interested to see.
I just want to see if that changes. It's not going to change the gimmick, but is OC going to be the type of champion where he starts caring about keeping the championship, and he's like, oh, cool, I've never been a champion here before, so I kind of care about this now. I just want to see where it could potentially go. But I was very happy that Orange Cassidy
won. Yeah, and it was a hard fought match. This is one of those feuds too, where it's unexpected. I know it's been going on for a while, but even then when it first started, Pac and Orange Cassidy, Pac is so he's the perfect foil to an Orange Cassidy, and you can see how Pac hates gimmick wrestling because he hates Danhausen, he hates it all, and then he loses to Orange Cassidy. I'm interested to see if they'll run it back in a way, or what Pac has to say about it, because that'll be a fun promo.
Yeah, big time. Another thing I want to discuss is Daniel Garcia.
That mother. Oh, you broke my heart again, Danny Magic. I'm calling him Danny Magic now. I don't know if that'll catch on, but that's been
Chris Jericho, Bryan Danielson fought for the Ring of Honor championship last night. Match was solid. Match was good, as you would expect from those two. And at the end, Jericho tried. There was a ref bump. Hey, it's all right that you're late, my friend. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. We're talking some AEW Dynamite. We already talked about Bray Wyatt and Raw and WWE. Now we're diving into Dynamite, and then we are going to have ourselves a Blink-182 songs draft
to
end the show in a little bit.
Comments, your questions, your concerns, your thoughts,
questions,
on the whole
whatever
weekend.
you want to talk about, throw it in the
weekend
chat. We will talk about it. We talk all things. Doesn't even have to be wrestling related. Ask me, tell me what your favorite movie is. I don't give a shit. I'll talk about it. Whatever. I'll talk about anything.
Ducks.
I already know.
Well, I mean, if
Get
you had to pick
off my screen.
What are you doing?
Anyway.
Did we say Alex come on and screw notes?
Anyway. Sorry, making me swear, bro.
He's a cinephile.
Family show.
Cinephile.
Family show.
Alex loves this movie. Coming
ref
soon.
bump.
Love movies with Alex the Ecto guy.
There was a ref bump. Jericho goes to use the title. Daniel Garcia runs down, prevents Jericho from using the title, yelling at Jericho. Jericho shoves Garcia. Garcia then shoves Jericho back, who then turns around right into the flying knee from Danielson, and then it happened. Daniel Garcia then proceeds to hit Bryan Danielson over the back of the head with the Ring of Honor Championship, which lets Jericho get the easy victory. And Daniel Garcia realigns. All right. Ask that question, and we will get to it, my friend. We'll answer it.
Have guy, you ask away.
Jericho retains, and Daniel Garcia realigns with Yas for now. Pluggo, how did this make you feel? I was disappointed in my boy Daniel Garcia. I was disappointed.
I was too, but here's the thing that I noticed, and maybe it was just that's how Daniel Garcia hugs. He didn't like embrace sport like a sports entertainer,
and he wasn't smiling or giddy or anything like that.
Me,
he was very like, I did what I had to do.
I am very pro Daniel Garcia just going solo, and so I don't know. We'll see the wrinkle here, but yeah, I was like, don't do this now. I mean, Danielson Garcia will get that match. That's going to rule again.
Yep.
Does anybody want to say
relax? Yeah, the number one pick last year.
All
right, you guys are terrible. I mean, you beat Toronto. Is that anything to hang your hat on? You heard Christian at the beginning of Dynamite last night. Is that anything to hang your hat on? Beating Toronto?
They have.
Listen, again, I love Hab Guy. I do, but I'm a Bruins fan. I mean, you're the worst team in the league. It is what it is. Literally the worst team in the league.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Lost 38-3 last week. 38-3. How sweet was that? You know who the worst team in the NFL is this year, Pluggo? The Steelers.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Oh, it ain't crazy. It's wonderful.
It's crazy. It's great. Well, because they're always that team, no matter how bad you think they are, they're never bad.
Oh, this year they're bad, bro.
But they're bad right now.
They're bad. Oh.
But that's okay. Mrs. Pluggo will get over the Steelers being bad as soon as I bring out the Christmas trees.
Which is soon. That's soon. We'll get into that. It's soon.
4, baby. Drive for 5.
You should celebrate. Yeah, and Hab Guy, you should celebrate everyone. Everyone should celebrate every one of the teams that they root for.
Yeah. No, for sure. I actually have a Montreal Canadiens hoodie somewhere.
You better never wear that on this show.
I should.
Ever. No, I'm telling you right now, you don't.
Wait, why are you so anti-Montreal Canadiens?
Because I'm a Bruins fan, and that's their rival.
I don't understand I know about the basic rivalries, like the Blackhawks, Red Wings, or like
that is one of the Canadiens Bruins is one of the basic rivalries.
Is it? I got to pick a hockey team officially.
Yeah,
Ophelia Payne is in the house.
Oh, good to see you, Ophelia. The Carey Price ovation. Yeah, is he still playing? He's towards the end. Was that the ovation, or did he retire? He retired, right?
I don't know. Say a couple more weeks. Yeah, I will be.
He was great. He was a great goalie though for a long time, Carey Price, except when it came to like actually winning things. But
do you play NHL 23? Or will you?
I haven't played 23, but I usually get the NHL game every year. But that's one of the ones that I wait till it's discounted.
That's fair. I was thinking about picking it up too, but I'm the same. Like I don't know if I would dive too deep into it and want to pay full price. So I might wait till around Christmas when they drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. See that type of stuff though. Even though I'm
go back to that because for those in the audio world, because we are on audio podcast now, have guys saying he teared up when Price came out, the ovation, and the fact that could be the last home opener with him as part of the team. He's talking about.
Well, the rumor is that he's going to retire, and I guess Ophelia's saying he's making an announcement about his future next week, and Ham Guy thinks he's hanging him up. So he was a good goalie for a long time. He was there. He was one of the best goalies in the league.
I'm going to have to pay closer attention to hockey because we are in Canada.
I mean, our website is based in Canada, and hockey is basically religion up there.
So when I grew up, I picked a team. I picked the team at random, and I landed on the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I paid attention to the Penguins for a long time. And but I don't do that. Like, oh my God, we won the Stanley Cup when they were super good with Crosby, Malkin, and what's the other one? There was one where they're the big three. I can't remember his name, but anyway, I don't watch a shit ton.
Wasn't
of
it Letang? Chris Letang? Was that him?
No, that was somebody they had. Malkin,
he was a Penguin forever, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Letang, Yager, Mew. Like there was good dudes on the squad. I kind of like only because the jerseys are sick. I kind of like Seattle, like the Kraken. Spencer.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with that. I agree. Fuck the Penguins. My Red Sox owners own the Penguins now, so.
Spencer said I need to be an Edmonton Oilers fan because that Connor McDavid guy is special.
He's incredible.
I'll pick a team and I'll watch more hockey this year.
Yeah.
I always say that and then I always don't, but I'm gonna. The NBA, but this is like NBA, we got football, basketball,
this is where it's at. Baseball playoffs,
wrestling,
this is the heavy time. This is the heavy time of year.
This is the time of year where I just do my thing. Watch whatever.
What were we talking about before we started talking about honky?
AEW.
Oh yeah, Daniel Garcia.
All right, you see it. We got all.
Have
I brought up
here in between two beers? We talk about everything. I'll talk to you about the friggin' Westminster Dog Show if you want. I'll watch that shit. I'll talk about
guys, everybody that knows, our fans know you come here. We'll talk wrestling. That's what we're bread and butter. But we will talk about anything. We don't care.
It's true.
It's not our money.
Who doesn't love Dog Show talk? Best in Show, one of the all-time great movies.
Never
anyway,
seen it.
You should go out of your way and see it. It's hilarious. But anyway, I digress. It did seem to me that Daniel Garcia, I'm not going to say he was torn about his decision, but he wasn't like overly celebrating, like jumping up and down,
that's what
smiling. Like it was like, yeah, all right, I did it to help you, but like, yeah, he was very like deadpan, not a lot of abundance of joy or anything.
Because maybe we'll get an explanation. Like I know he's not but you're in a sports entertainer group. And I know it's Daniel Garcia's, the Red Death murder killer guy, stone face, but maybe he is like, I don't need you two old dudes fighting over me, right? Like I'm my own man. I did what I did only because of what Brian said, but that doesn't mean that I'm sticking with you. And maybe he'll go on a run by himself. I don't know. We'll see. But it just felt like there's still more to be told here. I don't think he's fully back in and invested with Jericho. Maybe we get Jericho versus Garcia. That's the ultimate ending, right? That would have to be.
So.
I would think, yeah.
I think so. I would love that to be. See, here's the thing, though, like, because it's Jericho and Garcia. You think is the ultimate ending?
Title versus title, or just do the match and doesn't matter.
Yeah, I thought the payoff at the end of all this would be Daniel Garcia beating Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship. Like I thought that's what they would do, and we can still very much get there. Like. You can layer your story, so we'll have to see.
I mean, you could have Garcia Danielson and have Danielson take the pure title off of him.
You could do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it's going to go. Another thing that I loved on Dynamite, let me tell you, this promo that Hangman Adam Page cut, he was excellent. This was an excellent promo. Moxley comes out. Hangman basically comes out right after him. And Hangman is in the ring and he's saying, last week you said that you admired me. Last week you said you respected me as a wrestler. Last week you said you respected me as a person. And he was like, and I'm going to be honest with you. Coming from you, that meant a whole lot. That meant the world to me. And he was like, but you called me a kid. He goes, you called me a kid. And he's like, is that what you think of me? Like I'm a kid? Goes, and Moxley's basically like, yeah, it is what I fucking think of you. Yeah. I said what I said.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. He said, I said what I said. And Hangman then just goes into, well, I'm a father. I'm a former tag team champion. I'm a former AEW world champion. I'm a husband. I'm a good husband. I brought life into this world. I'm a father just like you. He goes, I'm 31 years old. And he starts doing the Mick Foley where he's punching himself in the head, and he potatoed, and he was bleeding a little bit, but he got like that thing blew up immediately. And then he wiped his on the white shirt, and he was like, "I'm just letting you know that next week when I'm coming for you." And I thought this promo by Hangman was so good.
Yeah.
It was one of the better ones I can remember him having. The emotion behind it, he had the crowd behind him. We have a special Tuesday night Dynamite next week in Cincinnati, Moxley's hometown. And the title is on the line. It's sizing up to be one of the better main events in probably Dynamite history. You got Moxley and Hangman for the title. That match is going to slay. We got Alex in the back behind saying it gave him Pillman vibes. That was good. Dustin said, I don't often watch AEW, but I did watch last night. Was last night a typical episode of Dynamite in terms of match quality, pacing, promo segments? Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, it was a really good episode last night.
I thought it was a good episode, but yeah, I think it was a typical one. The women still not used enough, but they went back to kind of the 9:30 slot last night. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. It usually starts with a hot match or a promo that leads into a hot match. Yeah, a lot of backstage segments, a lot of quick like quick hitting promos followed by some major ones in the ring. All the match quality. If you're talking match quality, you're going to find very good to excellent match quality in most the things they do. Like the wrestling side of it is very consistent for the most part. Where I think AEW lacks a little bit is with the booking decisions sometimes and creative. A tad. They've told great stories. The Hangman story is one of the best wrestling stories of the last 10 years, but the original Hangman story. But I think as far as match quality goes, like they just, it's not banger after banger after banger, but there's bangers every. You're seeing at least a couple.
Because they're not Sheamus, bro.
Yeah, I mean nobody is.
Banger after
but
banger.
I would say that was very
after
typical,
banger.
Dustin. I would say if you enjoyed last night, and like I'm gonna be honest with you, like 6 or 7 months ago, it was even better than it is now. Like it's still solid and good, but like when they're at their top, like really good, like it's even better than what we saw last night.
Yeah.
But if you liked what you saw last night, you will get that most episodes of Dynamite. So I would continue to tune in if you liked it. But yeah, so I just wanted to acknowledge Hangman because I thought that ruled. One thing I will say though, why the fuck does Swerve need to cheat to beat Billy Gunn?
That's what I thought. I didn't like it because I love Swerve. Swerve's my guy.
Swerve. Love Swerve.
Billy Gunn.
Why does a guy like that?
Years old.
Yeah, why does a guy like that need to cheat to beat a 55-year-old man?
Because he's a heel.
Okay.
It's the heel tropes, man.
No. Yeah, well, no. What? Swerve shouldn't have to struggle to beat Billy Gunn.
You're preaching to the choir. I'm just saying, that's
that
what they do. He's a heel. Let's make him do heel type shit. Because Billy Gunn was over with the Toronto crowd.
I mean, yeah, part of the acclaimed were fucking over. That pop was gigantic.
Yeah. But I meant all the stuff Billy was doing in ring, playing up to the crowd. He was hitting the classics, doing his thing. And then but yeah, Swerve just winning would have been enough.
Like, what? Like, what are we doing here? Like
prime.
Swerve is in his prime, going to be a future world champion for your company, probably. Like, shouldn't need to cheat to beat this man. Like, he was working his leg the whole match. Like, just have him win because of the leg.
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing? Anyway.
I don't know. Hopefully they're ending that and moving on to something else. But
yeah, that bothered me. But other than that, I will say, and Drew, we had an episode, obviously, of Firmly AEW every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. where we strictly just talk about all things All Elite. So give us a watch. We have a good time. I really like working on that with Drew. I'm having a good time there. The opening match with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy was also very good. And I think that might have been Luchasaurus's best match under the AEW umbrella. I will say that with confidence. Yeah, I just wanted to say I thought it was a hot opener. I thought the sunset flip through the table by Jungle Boy ruled. I loved also him doing a few of Christian Cage's moves to start the match and kind of looking up at him at the commentary like this and stuff. I love it. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about that because I thought that was a really hot opener, and I'm kind of glad Jungle Boy lost because I think the build can continue to the point where like it's going to become a really big obstacle for him to get through Luchasaurus. So you can build and keep building that way. So it's not like, oh, last night he beat Luchasaurus and now what? Right. You know what I mean? So I like the booking there. You got
to keep him doing something.
Exactly. But all in all, I thought it was a good episode of Dynamite. Anything else happen that you wanted to talk about or that stuck out to you for at least for the Dynamite show that you liked or did not like?
No, I enjoyed the whole show. I mean, obviously, we already talked about the qualms with the women's, how they were booked and all that kind of stuff. But I enjoyed the show. I thought it was hot. The crowd was into it. I had a good time last night watching Dynamite. Like there's nights, and it's just like some nights I get tired, and I was like, one of those nights last night. I was like, I'm just gonna call. I'll watch it in the morning. I'll finish it in the morning. But not because it was bad. I was just exhausted. But I was like, no, stick this one out. I think something cool is gonna happen at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I stayed up. I got to see Orange Cassidy give his flowers, so I thought it was a good show.
Awesome.
Pluggo stuck it out last night.
I'm proud of you.
I was dying. I was
proud of you.
I was
Proud
like,
of
I
you.
could just-
Not all
like-
of us can be as tough as you were last night. Not all of us.
sacrifices that I make.
It takes, not everyone can hang, bro. Not everyone can hang. It takes a certain type of individual that can stay up till 10 p.m. on a Wednesday. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
At this old age,
Am I
man,
wrong?
dude, it takes a special type of person to do it on Mondays for Raw.
Well, Mondays is different. That's 3 hours. That's
Yeah,
11
it's
p.m.
11,
That's
'cause I'm
fucking
like,
late. That's
especially
late.
if it's early.
I will say that's a little late.
But I made it.
But all right.
It was a good show. Let's move it on.
Let's do
Good week.
this.
It was a good week.
It was a good
wrestling.
week of wrestling. It was a good week of wrestling.
I said this real quick. I said this last week. I'm gonna say it again. If there was something in wrestling that you enjoyed, it was easily accessible this week.
Yep.
From the time we went off air Thursday to today, like there was something for everyone, and it was like, if you didn't like something, that's okay. You don't have to watch it. Go watch what you like, because it's everywhere. I watched so much good wrestling this week.
Yeah, it was excellent.
It was an awesome week.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a little Manscaped ad right now from our friend the Wordsmith. We'll do that, and then we have a new segment that we're gonna get Alex on screen, where I'm not gonna yell at him, and we're gonna have the first segment of Guess the Wrestler, where me and Pluggo are gonna ask questions to Alex. I think that's how this goes.
Yeah, 60 seconds. We got to guess the wrestler.
60 seconds. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like, it's something like that. Anyway,
And then
Alex will explain it when he comes on the
participation
screen
is
after.
welcome.
Crowd participation is welcome. We're going to do that. And then we'll have ourselves our Blink 182 songs draft, because they had the big news. They had the big news of the week with their triumphant return with new album. And me and Pluggo are pop punk people. We're pop punk kids. So we're going to have a Blink 182 songs draft. So let's do that. Let's pay some bills. Let's hear our friend Wordsmith talk about Manscaped, and then we'll come back for the first ever edition of Guess the Wrestler on Between Two Beards.
Well, let me tell you something, everyone. If you go over to manscaped.com right this moment in time, right now, you can save 20% off of your next purchase at manscaped.com. But how am I going to save 20%, I hear you ask? Well, let the wordsmith tell you. Because if you enter promo code Love Wrestling, that's right, Love Wrestling. You can see it down here. You can see it scrolling across the screen. Enter promo code Love Wrestling and save 20% off of anything you find on that website. And also, you'll get free shipping. How crazy is that? 20% off. You can use it to buy the Lawnmower 4.0. And at the end of the day, your balls are going to thank you, because, like the headline says, at manscaped.com, we save balls. And it's just too sweet.
All right, manscaped.com. You type in that promo code Love Wrestling, as you just heard our best friend, or Pluggo's best friend, I should say, and my very good friend, the Wordsmith, who just told me in November he's making his way to Boston for a weekend. So I think I'm going to actually meet with him and have a night out on the town with the Wordsmith. I'm excited about that. So if you ever, going to paint the town dead is what we're going to do. But, anyway. Go to manscaped.com. You type in that promo code Love Wrestling. You will get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping worldwide.
Saving them balls.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring Alex in here. He will explain the rules of, and I'm sure very soon. I'm not going to yell at him. I'm not going to yell at him until the segment is over and I want him off my screen. He's going to explain the rules. And then, I'm sure if this is a hit, we'll even probably make a graphic for it at some point. We'll get one of those cool, nifty graphics for it. If we already don't have one, I don't think we do.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
theme song.
Where
Anyway,
are
so
Do that on your own time, will
yes,
you?
guess the
Anyway.
wrestler. So you have 60 seconds. I have it here on my clock. You can't see it because I have a terrible camera. But you have 60 seconds to ask me yes or no questions. I have picked out a not random wrestler at all, who may be current, maybe past, maybe future. Superstar.
But we can ask you yes or no questions.
yes or no questions.
Now, are we
it
doing
is-
this together, or are we doing it like Pluggo's going, then I'm going? Is this a,
Yeah, it
a
could
tag
be-
team here?
It's you two versus me.
Strategize
So
our
let's go.
time.
I was going to say
Maybe
60
strategy,
seconds.
yeah.
That's not going to be a long segment.
No.
Well,
You know what
this
I'm
is the
saying?
test run. So,
Are they
you
a
know.
current wrestler?
Oh,
Is
geez.
the clock started?
Well, he's got to
Yes,
no.
the clock
He needs.
started. The clock
Okay.
has started. Yes, they're a current wrestler.
Current.
Are they a female?
No,
WWE.
no.
New Japan Pro Wrestling,
Has had appearances. Yes,
AEW,
yes,
Kenny Omega.
no.
Now, are we out after one guess, or do we just have
Are
60
they a
seconds to
current
just like
you got 60
bombard
seconds to
you?
keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Current champion.
Current champion. No.
Currently active.
Yes.
I already asked that. He said yes.
Oh yeah. Fuck, yeah. I meant like on the show, like they're not
So an
suspended. right
AEW
now.
wrestler
not
who is
suspended.
current, not a
Okay.
champion. Have they ever won a championship before?
In other promotions, yes, but not for AEW.
Eddie Kingston.
15 seconds. Yes, that's it.
Oh, got it.
With
God.
15 seconds.
Woo! JPJ's the GOAT.
You know. Well, I don't know how this segment went. We just lost 3 viewers, but you know it is what it is. But we can try. We can try.
It's
about-
because
about-
it's my face. That's what it is.
No, that's
you.
not true, Alex. That's not true.
Yes, Eddie Kingston, who is number 40 on the PWI 500. I just
Yep.
looked that up. And I played beer pong with. So that's my.
Wait, you played beer pong with Eddie
I
Kingston?
played beer pong with.
Before I
him.
yell at you, tell me this story.
So he was in town with a female wrestler who shall remain unnamed. And after
I
the
know
show,
the name.
he didn't perform on the show, but after the
Okay.
show,
He was there like in support of her.
he was like in there in support of his
Gotcha.
female friend.
Gotcha.
After the show, the female friend came over with Eddie and to my brother's house, and my brother, my wife, girlfriend at the time, my brother's girlfriend, and the female and Eddie all played beer
Wait,
pong.
So the female knew your brother?
The female.
How was your brother was your brother a known commodity? Like, did people know your brother in
So,
the wrestling circles?
The female trained with me and my brother when we wrestled.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. So your brother was. I knew you were a former
Yeah.
worker. I didn't know.
like
your
I'm not
brother
gonna,
also-
like I said, I'm not gonna say names. You know,
Yeah.
that's privacy under wraps.
Yeah, of
type
course,
of
of
stuff.
course.
But yeah, that's
Huh.
my claim to fame.
How was he? Was he?
Oh,
was he friendly? Like, was
he
he like a
was-
sweetheart?
He was fucking cool, down to earth, cool dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Jesus.
The vibe I
he-
get. The vibe I
Yeah,
get. But
like-
if you rub him the wrong way, though, he'll fucking tell you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know
I
what
guess
mean?
that after
He'll tell you.
my wife, after
respect
my wife
that.
and I left, he like cuddled up in my brother's bed with him.
Oh,
So it's weird.
well, that's
I mean,
adorable.
Aw.
fucking weird, but you know,
Yeah.
that he's
Oh,
down.
nothing
awesome
wrong with
dude.
some cuddling.
No.
Yeah, I'd love to see him again to see if he remembers me and you know, reflect back because it's like I said,
You should hit him up. You got it in.
hey,
Eddie.
if you're out there, fucking, we played beer pong one time.
Yeah.
Did you win?
Wow.
Probably not. I'm
I would've
terrible.
won.
I
I'm
don't
done
even
with
drink,
beer.
so
I call it Beirut. I don't call it beer
Oh,
pong.
yeah. Okay.
Beer pong to me is the one where you use the like you actually use
Yeah,
paddle.
yeah.
So we call what most people call beer pong Beirut because we're fucking adults and we call things by their right names. But anyway,
I'm a former
um,
beer pong champion.
Okay.
are you?
Yes, I am.
If I ever see you, I know you don't drink anymore, which is fine, and I'm
Yeah,
proud of
somebody
you.
drink
It's not beer
more
pong, wordsmith. It's Beirut.
Don't talk about my best friend like that.
I'm not talking.
He
First
can
of all, I'm
say
not
whatever
talking
he
about
wants.
him. I'm just correcting him.
I don't know if we're all adults affiliate Bane, but JPJ claims to be one. I don't know about me.
At this time, I will let JPJ do his thing and happy drafting.
Get off my screen.
Go. Great
Thank
segment though, Alex. I love it.
That was
I'm
good.
excited.
That was good. That was
15
pretty good.
seconds. That's clutch, dude.
Hey man, something you
If
got.
we could get a little
MVPs.
timer-
MVPs make MVP type.
I know,
plays.
dude. You
And
don't
sometimes
like
that's just what you got to
ice
do.
Water in your veins.
That's hey, it's the Boston in me, man. We're just clutch over here. It's what we do. It must be in the drinking water. I have no
Billy
idea. But
Zappi.
Brady, Ortiz, JPJ. That's where
Zappy.
it's at. That's where we're at. Brady, Ortiz, JPJ.
That's the
That's
standard.
the end. That's the end of the list.
Who's
That's the end of the
fourth?
list.
There's not a
Probably
fourth filler.
Larry Bird, probably, or Bobby Orr, I think.
Big shot. Paul
But they
Pierce?
weren't. Larry Bird won Yeah, I mean, they won championships, and they were the two of the best players in the league. Like Brady and Ortiz were like clutch, like you know. But anyway, I digress. All right. As we talked about near the beginning of the show, me and Pluggo grew up in the pop punk scene. We are pop punk kids. And earlier this week, the fuck you laughing at?
You just put yourself in the
Yeah.
same breath as
Damn
me.
right. You're damn right. I'm not.
I
I'm not
love
mad.
you. I
Yeah.
love you. I
You know?
love this show. Anyway,
I'm just saying, it is what it is. Don't hate greatness. Don't
Well,
hate greatness. Oh
boy,
God, we got a visitor.
you never know who's going to
Is he coming on? Is he coming on to talk shit because I corrected him? He's going to yell at me about beer pong. That's what's going to go on.
That's the
He's-
wordsmith.
He came on.
Salutations. Can you hear me, Major Tom? And I
We
believe
can.
it
We
is
can.
beer pong.
He came on just to yell at me about me calling beer pong Beirut. That's the feeling I'm getting
Maybe.
right now. That's the
Maybe.
feeling I'm getting
Where
right now.
are you? I'm going to say that all night.
It's okay.
Can you gentlemen, and I use the term loosely, hear me all right?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Can we do it tonight? Words.
Can you hear us? You can hear us.
Oh, yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
Yeah,
I can
we
hear you all the way up in Canada talking shit about beer pong.
No, I'm not talking shit about beer pong. I love beer pong.
Yeah, then why don't you
I just call it.
refer to as
I
its
just call it
respected name?
Beirut because that is the official name of the game.
But it's not.
But it is. If you look
The
up
universal
beer pong,
name. The universal name.
just
this
because
is
most
the
people
American.
are
This is the
simpletons
American
and
versus
need to
European
create.
soccer thing again, isn't it?
No, it's not. I'm just saying if you look up the definition of beer
Yes,
pong,
Lawrence.
it
it's
is
an
the
open
game
door
that you
policy
use
around
the
here.
ping pong paddles. Like that
Yes,
is beer
Lawrence,
pong.
when your best friend hosts the show and
Yeah.
he's not from Boston and arguing about fucking
Wow.
beer pong.
I'm not arguing. I
Oops.
just said I called it Beirut, and you came at me in the fucking chat,
I
bro.
will come at
don't
I'm
you.
from
like
Boston.
it.
We don't just get. We're not pushovers. We're not
I don't
pushovers
like it
around
when
here.
mommy and daddy fight.
Mommy and Daddy aren't fighting, Pluggo. My goodness.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
My hair is all fucked up today.
Wordsmith, how do you feel about Blink 182?
Oh, I've blinked 182 times in my life.
Just
I did hear the news though. I am actually excited about it.
Yeah.
Do we know who the openers are? Because I heard it the other
Yes.
day and
So,
I didn't pay attention.
Turnstile, who is a current favorite band of mine. I would recommend them to everybody. There are
No,
several localized names.
No, there
beer pong.
isn't, Lawrence. There is only one name for beer pong. See, you just wrote it. It's beer
Yes, I
pong.
feel
You
it.
know what it is.
We'll get 2 Christmases if words for the JPJ.
Yes, if we break up, we will
And
have 2
Lawrence,
separate Christmases.
what is the other name for beer pong where you're from? Because that's
Yeah, I
what
was gonna
call
say,
it.
what are they? Are they regional? I know around where I live, we call it Beirut. That's all I can say. All right, I didn't mean to start
Hey,
a
bro,
world
let's go
war
to this
here.
place in Beirut.
Yeah, well, we play. No, we would say no. We would say how we would phrase it is, "Yo, you want to play root? You want to play root?" And then we'd be like, "All right,
Yeah,
we're in."
see,
It.
to me, and I apologize to any men, women, or children listening to this, but to me, that sounds like a bad fraternity game gone horribly, horribly wrong. Hey, man, you want to play root? Let's play root.
That is fair.
Give me that good root.
But then we
Like,
made
to
like
me,
me and my friends because we were degenerates and alcoholics. Really, we would make like different versions
Theater
of
pong.
beer
pong. Oh, that's French. I get it.
Yeah, see,
Montreal.
that's
I
that
get
French
it.
Canadian thing.
I get what he did there.
That's that-
We
that's that
would
French
make
Canadian
like
thing.
versions of Bay Rip that were like more brutal. Like we would like make combinations of like Bay Rip and Beirut and Flip Cup. We had one. I'm not gonna say it on stream.
It's Flippy
screen,
Cup. It's not.
but it was
Flip-
called
is it
Flip
Flippy
Cup. No, it's Flip Cup.
It's
No,
Flippy
it's not
Cup.
Flippy Cup. It's
You-
Flip Cup.
You know, it's
You playing with children? Flippy Cup? What are they? Fucking 4-year-olds next to you?
No, but-
it's Flip Cup.
it's Flip Cup.
That is.
See, this is so weird, and this has nothing to do with wrestling because, well,
I like how we're
this
just talking about beer drinking
It's
games.
complete
That's just what
bullshit.
this is done. Well, we are talking about Blink 182 and their party.
Exactly.
whatever.
So you can get Flip Cup right, but beer pong is a problem for you. Oh, I see. I get the picture.
It's because we call it
understanding now.
Beirut, where I'm from. It's called root.
I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Well, we
it's
made a
not
combination. We
correct.
made a combination.
I'll never
and we
call it
called Bay
Beirut, not
Ripped.
even if there's a
We
fire.
called it Bay Ripped.
Even if I'm
And it was,
unless I'm in Beirut, I am not. There we go.
I don't know
I'm
what to tell
sorry.
you. All right, I share part of my
Inappropriate.
personal life with you, and you'd stomp all over it like I'm a piece of trash.
He showed
Have
up.
you not seen my show?
The second he
stomp
popped
all
up,
over
he
it.
was like, I'm like, he came on here just strictly to just yell at me about the Beirut, the beer pong Beirut. I knew it.
That
knew
and give
it.
a Canadian perspective on AEW this week because, well, what a show that was. So conflicted, so confused.
The wordsmith is a very busy individual, and he took time out of his busy day to just shit all.
Yep.
I'm
See-
a man. I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take
and you did.
I'll take it.
And just admit that you were wrong.
I
That's
will
all I'm
never.
asking.
I will
I
never.
interrupted watching Puppet Master and Puppet Master 2, great films if you've never seen them. Oh, they're
Puppet Master
terrible.
is very- yeah.
They're terrible, but
Yeah,
they're
no,
great at
no.
the same time.
How do you feel about the Leprechaun franchise? We are in October. We can talk spooky. We should have had a spooky movie draft if we're being real.
I mean, we could right
Um,
now. I am.
Oh, we're having a
here.
Blink 182. We'll do it next week. Next week is still October. We will have, if you are available next week, sir, towards the end of the
I
show.
have been fired from several jobs this week, so yes, I think I'll be
All right.
available. This
If you
week.
are available, we'll book it now. We'll do the new WWE form of booking. We'll book a match a week ahead of time. If you are available around this time next week, you can hop on here
I'll see what I can
and
do.
we will have ourselves a spooky movie, Halloween horror movie draft.
Airbud, number 1 overall.
Unbelievable.
Airbud number 5 is what it
I was
really
going to say
is.
Airbud. Are you going
Airbud Strikes Back.
golden
And-
receiver? Or are we doing Airbud basketball? They did a baseball one, I think. Golden
Air
receiver,
Buddies.
golden
Air
receiver, though, is
Buddies.
really.
Airbuddies
Air
in
buddies.
space.
Air buddies.
Air Buddies in space, I think, is the thing that happened.
Yeah.
That's
The new
scary.
the new Halloween Ends, I think, just came out on Hulu yesterday or today or something like
I
that.
did see that.
I will
have not
probably
seen that.
watch it, even though they've made about 4 Halloween movies too much, maybe even 5 or 6. But I still say to this day, the original Halloween, one of the all-timers, one of the
I
all-time
would agree with that.
greats.
Oh, you're talking about the Rob Zombie version, right? Because that movie is not a snooze fest and a half.
Speaking of, have you dived into the Rob Zombie version of The Munsters on Netflix yet?
Fucking Canadian Netflix doesn't have it. Whoopsie,
It's
I
good.
said the F word.
It's
I
good.
have not seen it.
It's pretty
I really
good.
want to.
It's like funny. It's PG, so kids can watch it. Like it's very much like a sitcom, but it's a movie.
But like
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I do know for a fact. I'm not sure if anybody on this show has heard.
Who? Medea Halloween. Hell yeah.
Oh.
No, just no. No, because you know what? I don't want to get canceled. I just got back to Love Wrestling. Don't make me talk about
Hubie Halloween. No, that's
don't make me talk about Tyler Perry because
That's fair.
who gives that man money? I know he has a shit ton of money, but like still gives him money to
A lot of people love that shit. They eat it up.
Yeah, well, never mind. I'm not going to
Yeah.
get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to say the words. A lot of people like modern metal too, but it doesn't make as much money. It hurts my feelings. What was I supposed to be talking about?
Speaking
The
of
Monsters.
money, the amount of money that Blink 182 is
That's it. That's what we were talking about the openers before,
Yes. So the openers. There's a band called Turnstile. Very good. I would recommend
I
literally
thought I'd heard that.
everybody go listen to Turnstile. They fucking rule. Rise Against as well. And then there are, so Blink 182's got the big font. The second biggest font is Turnstile and Rise Against. And then there's an even smaller font. And those two bands, which I think are going to be divvied up depending on where they are in the country. One of them is The Story So Far, who I fucking love.
Yes.
Like one of my all-time favorite bands. I think they'll be on the West Coast, though, so they won't be on my Boston date. I'm hoping I'm wrong. But then, so it's The Story So Far, and then the other band is called Manners, who Manners is pretty good, too, but they're not at the level of The Story So Far, in my world.
No.
But I was talking to somebody about it. I'm like, yeah, obviously I'm going to go see Blink live just for the nostalgia and Tom's back. It's going to rule. But like, I would see Turnstile is my number one. Like Turnstile is my
Somebody said money. Yeah, that's right. We got the budget for sparklers. And tickets
Yeah.
to Blink 182.
Does
We're
Mrs.
the
Pluggo know
OGs of the
about this? Does
sparklers.
Mrs. Pluggo know that there's things being set on fire in her house? I mean, you're
She has told me multiple times, please do not burn down the house.
don't burn down the house to prove a point that you can
Can we not? burn-
obviously afford more freaking budget on
I
this
know.
show.
Well,
obviously.
we were going to have ourselves a Blink 182 songs draft. I don't know if you feel like you're equipped to do that with
I
us.
am not. I will duck out, ladies, gentlemen, and lizards like.
Will we see you
because-
next week for our horror movie draft, though?
Well, you'll probably see me shortly, sooner than that.
Well, yes, I know that, but will
I'd be lurking.
the people in the chat see you next week?
Do they want me to? If
I'm
two
pretty
people
sure.
say they want me here, I'll come back next week.
All
And
right,
it
two
can't be
people better
Pluggo.
say it.
It
Two
can't
people
be
better
Pluggo.
say it.
I'm not leaving until they do it. I'm not leaving until they say
That's
it.
fine. We have all the time in the world. We're the fucking flagship. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Flagship.
Oh, we
Yeah,
got
but
a
who doesn't-
Oh, we got one. We got one.
Well, put it up on screen. I want to see who it was. Because if
This
it's
was
somebody I don't respect.
So we had Ophelia. With the
Ophelia.
first yes.
Yes.
And then we have Pluggo. The second.
Pluggo,
Does
that doesn't
count?
count. We
That
discussed
doesn't
that.
count. All right, we need one other person.
One other person, and I'll be back.
Oh,
next
we got
week.
Love Wrestling saying yes. Does that count? That's Spencer, technically.
I mean, that's Spencer. That counts. I'll be
All
back.
right, there you go.
Alex.
Oh,
I'll
that
be
was
back
Alex.
next week.
Sorry.
Oh, it was Alex. Well,
That doesn't
fuck.
count then.
That doesn't count.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
kidding.
Do you guys want to?
Yeah, I want to do a
talk
horror
about
movie
that?
draft with you. I just invited you to come on.
Can we do a Halloween movie draft instead?
Yeah, but can we count?
Just-
do horror movies count as
Absolutely,
Halloween? Or does
yes,
it have
yes,
to be
yes,
like a
yes.
Halloween
Yes, yes, yes.
centric movie?
Yes. Anyway,
Okay.
one more thing before I leave, and then I'll let you do your draft. And
Oh
you
yeah,
can
of course, for sure.
draft things away and stuff. Rob Zombie is a huge Munsters fan. That's why
Mhm.
I'm excited to see it. I
Yep.
don't know if you guys are familiar with his discography. He does have a little song called Dragula. I wonder where he got that title from. I'll leave you with that.
Rob Zombie is literally born and raised in the town that I live in. He's on the mural. That we have a mural in downtown of all the famous people from the town that I live in, and Rob Zombie's from here. He grew up
And
in
you're
Haverhill,
on there, right?
Massachusetts. I will be.
That's right.
I will be.
What
just gonna-
what town is that exactly?
It's called Haverhill, Massachusetts. I don't want to say that again because people will come for me. But
Yeah, but you're from Boston, so like you have to understand that
Haverhill.
Haverhill.
yeah, exactly.
The
I'm
English
not going to
language
tell you
is
how to spell
spelled.
that. You know, I'm from Massachusetts, so that could literally be spelled any fucking way we choose to say that. So that's what happened in this town. You want to go see funny videos? Just go on YouTube and type in people trying to pronounce Massachusetts town names, and you'll find a million of them because it is stupid
I
the way
need
that we
this in my
spell.
life.
Literally.
Anyway, I will let you gentlemen deal with your things, and by gentlemen I mean JPJ only. Ta-ta for now. Alex, take me out because I don't do my own technical work. You know that. Watch the snap. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. I'm still fucking here. He sucks. Your producer is
Oh no. Anyway,
That
Let's
was
have
a
ourselves-
cameo by the words.
It was, it was, it was. We love them. We always love them. All right, let's have ourselves, Alex. Let's have ourselves a draft battle.
Wordsmith, where are you?
Where's the fucking graphic?
Say it again. Say it. I wasn't ready. Say it.
Jesus.
Slipping. Let's have
Amateur
ourselves
hour over
a
here.
little draft battle.
Draft battle.
Fucking guy doesn't even queue up his own fucking thing that he did. Like that's one of his things that are like, damn, Alex, that's yours.
That's you,
Doesn't
baby.
even come on. Anyway.
Draft battle.
Pluggo, I will let you go first out of the graceness. What is that? I will let you go first out of the goodness of my heart
Well,
for
then
this
I'm gonna
Blink
go with
182
all the
songs.
small things.
Wow.
All the
All right.
small
That's
things.
fair. That's
I'm
fair.
gonna just take it. That's the goat.
That's fair. That's fair. It's
It's like
I
the
don't know if it's a
anthem.
it's a good one. It's a good one. I am going to take. I'm gonna go rock show. Going rock show.
There you go.
Going rock show.
I'm gonna take What's My Age Again.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
It's another good one. All
Yep.
good songs.
All right, I'm gonna take. This is strictly a choice with the heart. I'm taking my favorite Blink-182 song. That is Adam's song.
Nice. Well, I'm taking First Date.
That's a good one. That's a
I
good one.
love that one. I love that.
I'm gonna go with the OG. I'm taking Damn It.
That's a good one. Well, then I'm taking Miss You because I've been doing it all night.
That's
Where
good.
are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm so sorry. I still think we were talking before the show. I think it's not. I think it's a little too subdued to be an opener because an opener usually gets the party going. But I think if you prolong that intro to that song and they walked out on stage to that song and that was the first song they played, that every crowd is going to be so ready to sing that Where Are You part with Tom. And if that's the first time they hear Tom, because that's like one of his signature things, right? Like everyone fucking always does the, Where are you? Like it's like one of their like signature lines, and like people like rag on it, but they love it and stuff like that. If you see Blink-182 with Tom DeLonge for the first time in like a decade or however long it's been, and the first line you hear him sing is that, everyone's gonna be so ready to scream that shit and go bananas. It would be amazing. All right. There's a lot of ways you can go here. But I'm going to go with another banger that I love. I'm going to go with Stay Together for the Kids. Stay Together for the Kids. That's what I'm taking. Last round, Pluggo.
I'm gonna win this, so I'm taking Feeling This.
That's a good one. I'm feeling it.
Madden. Oh,
yeah, that was a Madden. Yeah, that was a Madden
Yeah.
soundtrack game. That was the only song on that soundtrack I liked.
Dude, yeah.
I'm feeling this.
Got him right now. Feeling this. And I'm like playing that
short this time. Thank you.
Yes, great. So there's so many songs. I mean,
There's a bunch. There's a bunch.
They've been around for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, am I gonna go deep cut here? Do I go deep cut?
You've already lost, so.
Well, I mean, you took all the heavy. I mean, I went for the deep cuts, bro, and that's who I am. I am a deep cut guy. That's how I roll. And I can't win every draft, bro. I can't win every draft. Damn, dude. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? All right, this song is another one of my favorite Blink songs. It's from Enema of the State. You'll probably remember it from American Pie. It was used in the American Pie movies early on.
Yeah,
it's a banger. It's called "Going Away to College." It's called "Going Away to College." That is in the scene.
Shout.
That is in the scene where Jim is running back and forth from the house to the house, where he's with. Again, it's not gonna. It doesn't. There are some things about American Pie that don't translate well to 2022. But the scene where Jim is potentially hooking up with Nadia and his two friends are very wrongly watching it via video camera, and he's running back and forth to the houses to try to see stuff and then go in the room and all that. The Blink-182 song "Going Away to College" is like that's the song of that. So I could have gone with Anthem. Anthem Part 2 could have been a thing. That's a really good one too, as well as Aliens Exist. Great fucking song. And also Dumpweed is another really, really good one.
Just all the
anyway,
songs.
Yeah, all the songs.
Before we get out of here, because we're getting close on our, we don't have a time limit, but we try.
No, I think we're going to basically be getting out of here.
Yeah, but which side project?
Oh, Boxcar Racer, bro.
Boxcar Racer? Yeah,
no question.
Dude. That's
no question.
Angels and Airwaves, no love?
Angels and Airwaves was fine. Plus 44, Mark's second band was fine. No, dude. Boxcar Racer, incredible. That record with the red album cover, still to this day.
Yeah.
There is banger, bro.
Yes.
That's a soft one, but banger.
Feel so bad.
Yeah, that one was a good one too. Feel so angry. That Boxcar Racer ruled.
Yeah.
Boxcar Racer ruled.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Wait.
What?
In our private chat, Wordsmith just typed in "That's Good Charlotte," and I was like, "What? What's Good Charlotte?"
No.
Anyway, I digress.
Maybe what you said was, but what I said definitely is not good, Charlotte. I don't know.
No, there is. That's a boxcar racer song.
Maybe the wordsmith just doesn't. He's just still mad at you for calling.
I used to like Good Charlotte back
Beirut.
in the day too. Yeah, he still is. He still is. But anyway,
Mrs.
on that
Pluggo,
note,
huge Good Charlotte fan. She cried. She's seen them live. She cried. They played
yeah,
like
I saw them live like not that long ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. I saw them live. Like they went on a just like, hey, we're back tour, and they played everything, and I was like, this is
We discussed
incredible.
naming if we had a daughter, Charlotte.
That's a great name.
Yeah,
that's a great name, Charlotte. It's a good one.
I was on the short list.
Then you can call her Charlie. Hey,
yeah,
Charlie.
Which we call Owen Charlie because his middle name is Charles. One of his middle names is Charles. He's a stud.
Wait, Owen has multiple middle names?
2 middle names, yeah. Yeah. He's got, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. They're all of our.
Is it like relative, like
all of
honoring people?
Yeah, all of our grandfathers like names. So it's like Owen, Charles, Jackson, and then Bauer. People, whatever. That's it. That's all of them. That's how we do it, baby. He's a stud.
Yeah.
But yeah, Charlotte was on the list because of Good Charlotte, but would have worked too for Charlotte Flair, the queen.
All right, Pluggo. It's about that time.
It is that time. Let's get out of here.
Before we get out of here, even though he's been on our ass these last few weeks, annoying me. I'm talking about you, Rich King, with your damn pyrotechnic bullshit. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because my counsel has told me not to say anything about it. So I let Pluggo do the talking. But you and I will have words. Rich King, though, besides him stealing gimmicks, is actually a pretty all right guy. He's actually pretty nice. But a couple things that he's actually really good at, one is pro wrestling and one is personal training. Those are two things that, even problems aside, those are two things that he is exceptional at. In RK Athletics, they've been with us since day one. They're the OGs of the sponsors of Love Wrestling, and Rich is the mastermind behind it. Whether it is workout routines, getting back in the gym, nutritional help, even if you just want to put a little extra pep in your step and feel a little healthier, Rich King and RK Athletics are the team that you want to go to. We appreciate them for their long-standing sponsorship relationship they've had with Love Wrestling. Like I said, they've been here since basically day one, and we want to call them out. You can follow them on all social medias, as you can see right there, at RK Athletics 1. Pluggo?
Yes,
Tell the people where they can find us.
Yes, sir. You can find us at B2 Beers on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of them. We're everywhere. TikTok. Then you can find just me at Pluggo. Same deal everywhere. Just find my face. You never know what's happening. Busy time of the year. We got a lot of stuff in the works. We're keeping it real. But that's where you can find us. Where can they find you, sir?
Oh, yeah. They can find me at Joseph_Poulin Jr. Where the heck are the names? There it is. You can find me right there at Joseph_Poulin Jr. on the Twitter machine. You can also find me on Twitch over at JPJ Loves Gaming. But more importantly, you can find me here on Love Wrestling. I have a show that drops every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. with Big Money Drew, my buddy Drew Nicholas, called Firmly AEW, where we talk all things All Elite. You can find me here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for Between Two Beards. We've been doing this. What is this? Episode, 73? 74? We're almost at 75, right?
Yeah.
74? 73. A couple of weeks away from the 75th. Hey-oh. Hey-oh, we're almost at 100, bro. We're closing in. But you can find me here Thursdays, 10 a.m. and Thursdays, 8 p.m. You can follow me on Twitch. I try to stream 3 or 4 times a week. The J&J Power Hour, which we'll be releasing a little bit later this week. Josh and I were kind of busy earlier in the week. But you can find me over there on Josh Robinson. I believe it is at Josh Robinson _00 on the YouTube. You can find us over there. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's about it. That's all we got this week, I think. It was pretty good.
Did
That's
it
pretty
all.
good.
Talked about it all. You might see me on Sunday brunch. I got to figure that
Yes,
out.
I might
think I'm
even
gonna
be
br-
available.
I
Maybe
think I'm
as
going to
well.
brunch
So,
on Sunday.
all right, yeah. So follow us over here at Love Wrestling. The Wordsmith, who was on here earlier, he just made his triumphant return. You can go find his return of Poetry of a Promo, where he did the Daddy Magic Big Boy Shit promo. It was excellent. Go give him a
Lawrence
follow.
is doing SmackDown.
Lawrence is doing
Reacts
SmackDown
Fridays.
Reacts. We have Smark and Friends. We have Spencer Love interviews. Every Sunday we have Sunday Brunch, which is one of the other flagships of Love Wrestling. Plus, we do reacts to the big shows. Pluggo was on one for Extreme Rules. We've done a few Raw reacts. So give us a follow. We do a bunch of stuff around here. The Goose Call is also here with our buddy Goose. Honk, honk.
Honk, honk,
But just give us some love at Love Wrestling. We got something for everybody here. So give us a follow. Until next Thursday, for Pluggo, I'm JPJ. Thank you for everybody in the chat tonight. Appreciate all you.
Shout out to
And
that
you know the
Ecto
drill.
guy.
Until next time, thank you, Ecto Guy, for all your work behind the glass. Peace out. Love you, Berto.
Look at yourself now and your progress. I'm only taking 12 steps.